I got a feeling that it's gonna be a wonderful day.
It's all about good morning.
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 How you doing?
Morning.
Morning.
Morning. Morning.
Morning.
Morning.
Morning. Good morning, zebras. Today is December 16th. It's a blue day. We're back at it in NBHS. I hope all you guys are having a good morning today. How are you doing, Mr. Nessie?
You know what? I'm excited. People can't see me in the broadcast anymore, but it's really awesome to have Mr. Van Est back in the house.
It's crazy to be back here. I'm very happy.
Who let you in the school this morning?
I don't know.
Everybody, it is a different kind of fun Friday as we are back in the studio this morning. And the only thing that's different is Adrian and Julian aren't here, although you never know when Robo Julian is going to make an appearance.
Are you okay, sir?
Yes, we are. Now, Robo Julian, should we do the weather? I mean, are you okay with that?
Ooh, the weather, baby.
We'll make it sweet, we'll make it short. Now here for you is the weather report.
I'm very sorry to say that the weather for today is not looking much better than it was yesterday. Yesterday was snow, rain, all that horrible wintry mix that we got going on. Today, though, is going to be a little bit better. It's going to be raining all day pretty much, but it's going to get all the way up to about 50 degrees today. Low of 31, so I'm thinking that we're done with the snow for today.
Do not worry. Do not fret.
Thank you, Julian, for easing our concerns there.
Robo Julian, what did you think of Mr. Van Est's weather report?
It's garbage.
Man, I got to do better next time. Sorry, Julian. Kid's laughing at me now.
He is laughing at you.
Hakuna Matata.
All right, let's. I think I can transition and do our announcement. So let me pull that up as we do our Friday announcements. Ladies and gentlemen, beginning on January 19th, 2023, the Zebra Podcast Network will also run after school on Thursdays.
Another show.
Who knows? We'll see. I hope so. So if you're interested in creating something awesome, see me, Mr. Nessie, for some more information.
All right, clubs for today. Today we've got the Domino Club, right? If you love dominoes, come play some dominoes with us.
Oh, not the pizza?
Oh, not the pizza. So, there might be pizza. I don't know.
There could be pizza.
You can complain about it. C107, 2:45 to 4 o'clock.
And the Robotics Club is also meeting today, 2:40 to 3:40, and that's in H211.
Now, reminder, Domino Club was C107. Also C107, we got the Rec Room going on, 2:45 to 4 o'clock. Come, relax, play some games, I assume?
Yes.
Yeah, let's do it. Rec
Awesome.
Room.
Students, if your Chromebook needs to be serviced, you can get it done during the following times, daily from 8 a.m. to 9:30 a.m., and then again in the afternoon from 1:30 to 2:30. If you need Chromebook help, ask your teacher for a pass and go see the tech team at their setup under the main staircase.
So that means between 9:30 and 1:30, no student should be asking to go get their Chromebooks fixed, right?
That's right.
All right. The African American Culture Club is sponsoring a sock drive to benefit the men's shelter in New Brunswick. This is some really important work, guys. There are boxes located at the main entrance and in the media center for donation of new socks. The sock drive will run until the end of December. Your kindness and support are appreciated. Guys, it's cold months now. We gotta get these in. These are doing some serious good for the community.
Want to give a big shout out and congratulations to all the members of our NBHS band, choir, color guard, jazz ensemble, orchestra, the percussionists on a wonderful winter concert last night.
Great job, everybody.
You were there, Mr. Van Ness. How was it?
It was pretty good. I liked it.
Excellent. We also want to give a special thank you to Dr. Mersinger, Mr. Herskowitz, and Mr. Bohech for your dedication to our student performers.
Thank you, folks. Attention faculty and staff, this is for you guys. You're invited to participate in a holiday potluck Thursday, December 22nd. So right before we go on break, check your email or see Miss Oviedo for more information.
Also, for faculty and staff, are you the best holiday baker at NBHS? We're holding our first annual Zebra Morning Show Holiday Cookie Contest. If you'd like to participate, email me to let me know, and then you need to submit your entry, 3 cookies of your choosing, hopefully the same kind, and to give those to me next Thursday by 2:45, and live on our show next Friday before the winter break, we're going to rate your cookies. There will also be a special celebrity judge on our panel.
Whoa.
It will not be Mr. Van Ness.
I'm not getting any of those cookies, folks.
Also, today is the last day you can purchase your holiday candygrams. Send a sweet treat to a friend, a colleague, or a loved one. Holiday grams are being sold through lunches today for $1, and you can spread some holiday cheer and get your order done today. Deliveries will be taking place next week. Also, today is the last day to get your picture with Santa.
Santa?
I know him. He'll be at NBHS. Today is the last day. Or his elves. Get a Polaroid. And those pictures will be delivered to you next week, the week of December 19th.
Do these kids even know what a Polaroid is?
They're going to find out, and they're going to shake it like a Polaroid picture. Also, you've got questions, and your NBHS admin has the answers. Submit your questions for admin, and they will be answering them in January. Visit zebrapodcastnetwork.com/shoutout and get your question in today.
All right. So, does that wrap it up for announcements today?
No, if you want to get your announcement or shout out on the morning show,
Yeah. So, you got to make sure you go to zebrapodcastnetwork.com. You can submit something on our Google form or send a voicemail. That wraps it up for today's announcements.
that's going to do it for today's announcements. All right. So, Mr. Van Ness, you are back here at the high school, and it is a fun Friday.
It is a fun Friday.
So, quickly, how have you been?
I've been doing pretty good. So I did my student teaching here. All of you guys who were in our classes last year, hopefully in the 10th grade this year. Hopefully not too many of you guys were held back.
I don't think anybody, well,
We did a pretty good job, I'd
we
like to
did.
think.
You did a much better job than I did, let me tell you.
Wow, that means a lot. After that, I started doing a U.S. history job over in Northwest Jersey. That was a temporary position, so I'm moving on to something new, something exciting. I'm really looking forward to it.
Awesome. Well, thank you for coming in and spending a few minutes here with us. I'm glad you're doing well.
Of course, I'm always happy to be back in the Zebra Podcast Network. This is fun. All those morning shows that we would sit in, do together.
Once a host, always a host.
Once a host, always a host.
And now I'm going to go through and I'm going to make a robo Mr. Van Ness. I'll see if I can pull out any catchphrases from today.
Hey, yo. Hot dog. Just
All
rattling
right.
them off for you there.
It is a fun Friday, so we're going to let Mr. Van Ness go, and we are going to roll back for you a conversation that I recently had with 3 of our New Brunswick High School wrestling coaches. All right, it is a fun Friday here on the Zebra Morning Show, and we're going to keep up the talking about fun stuff at the school. And this morning, we are joined by part of our wrestling coaching staff. Go ahead, you jumped the gun, Mr. Ann. What's up? Good morning.
Sorry, good morning. It is Coach Duran.
Coach Duran making another appearance here on the morning show.
Sir.
And we are joined also by
Edwin Aguilera, alumni and
class of 2015.
class of 2015 wrestler. Wrestled 4 years. 3 years in high school.
And now you're back.
And now I'm back. I'm back to bring back to the community.
That's awesome. And we were joined by Coach Valentin.
Hello, guys. I know you guys know me as Mr. E throughout the school. Help here as a bilingual para, but I'm also on the coaching staff, assistant coach and everything. Yeah. You want us to go into like a little background?
Well, it's morning time, so people are just kind of waking up now. So why don't we first start with how you got to New Brunswick High School wrestling? So why don't you go first, Coach Valentin?
Okay, so last year was my first year at being a para in the building. Had a lot of fun last year. It was really nice. Really do love the community. I was actually leaving the building and I saw the head coach, Coach Ben Osner. He saw my book bag. I was part of the NJCU wrestling team, but I never got to compete because of COVID. So I was part of the D3 team, and he saw me and he was like, "Yo, you like wrestling?" And I was like, "Yeah, I mean, I really do." So you think about coaching? And I'm like, "I guess so." So that's how I became part of the squad, and it's really fun to give back for sure. So
Absolutely. That's kind of why we do a lot of what we do,
yeah, for sure, for sure.
right? Edwin?
So, for my story was I originally graduated last year from Rutgers, and I was looking for a job opportunity, and I ran into Coach Nathaniel Harris. He was the head coach of the football team. I wanted to somewhat give back to the community with sports that I loved growing up, kind of giving me like an unconscious view of life. I just kind of was all just doing sports and not thinking about anything but sports and being a student athlete. And I talked to him and he just went, hey, we have one position left as assistant coach. If you want to go, you're qualified, and if you really want, you can definitely coach the kids up. And another reason why I decided to do coaching was because I have a younger brother that recently transferred to the school, and the little group of that little young generation, I seen them kind of grow into young adults, and I've kind of wanted to take an impact into their lives.
I say now you can play a role in that.
Yes.
That's awesome. Coach Durand?
Yes. So for me, I think starting off, this is my third year coaching here at New Brunswick High School. So I started off with softball, then I got into soccer, and honestly, I wanted something to do for the winter season as well because if I'm being honest, like coaching is a really big part of my day. Um, I love teaching. I do. I really do. I do. I swear. But coaching gets me like into a different mode. I feel like I get to interact with the kids in a completely different way, more of a mentor type of establishment, and you get to like actually have fun and like show more of your personality to them as well, so that they can see that you're actually human. Like you're not just a robot. You're not just a teacher. You're not just here 7:45 to 2:30. Like we can have real conversations. We can talk about what you have going on outside of sports and all these different things because it's not on a time block like we usually have during the day.
Absolutely. That's the flexibility of athletics.
Absolutely.
Now, before we get into the wrestling, and I think this will help us get into that conversation, Edwin, as an alumni, you walked these halls as a student athlete. What's it like to be back here at New Brunswick High School? You've gone to college and now you're back.
So much definitely changed. In terms of population, I feel like there's a lot more kids here. I feel like also back when I was in high school, it was a lot less. How do I say this? Lot less commotion going on. So yeah, it's a lot more people in the school, so it can get a little overwhelming for the staff around the school. But I feel like having that public, that adult figure in their lives, and not just being an adult, but like having an adult that was recently in their shoes within the last decade kind of helps
Literally,
kids.
again, you walk the halls.
Yeah, literally helps kids kind of become more understanding on why we think, or why we kind of not go against what they think, but have different views on things, and how we try to put that on them and try to give them a better view, a better overall view.
And when you were here and you were a part of the wrestling program, what was your weight class? What were some of the accolades? What were some of your accomplishments?
So wrestling. So before Coach Osner, 2 years before Coach Osner was here, there was a guy named Coach Jason McLean, and all I can say is the man changed my life, in not just a mental way, but like a physical way as well. Like originally when I first started wrestling here, I didn't even wrestle my freshman year, and I was gonna actually end up playing basketball, but Coach Jason saw me in one of the hallways and he was like, "Hey, where you going?" I was like, "Actually, I'm about to go try out for the basketball team." He was like, "No, you're not. Come try out some wrestling before you do that." And I was like, "All right, And before you know it, I just fell in love with the sport. I fell in love with the culture. I fell in love with the teammates and how each of us cared for each other. Even though it's an individual sport, at the end of the day, it's a team sport. If you were to understand a little more about wrestling, it's about points, and just because you're wrestling out there alone doesn't mean that it's not a team effort. Each one of your teammates have a big impact on the overall success of the team. So when I was wrestling here, I wrestled 170 pounds. I was a district champ, two-time region qualifier. Sadly, I didn't make it to states, but seeing the program kind of build, like grow from where I was 10 years ago, it was only one girl on the team, and then there was like only one guy on each of the 10 slots that were there. So, and now seeing coming back and having at least 70 people just just come to the team meeting when the season starts, and then eventually we slim it down to 40 solid kids. It kind of shows how far this like program has become, like has come,
And I'm sure it's going to go a lot farther.
Yes.
Right. What you said kind of helps me transition, so thank you for that. Coach Valentin, can you speak to the culture of the program and what wrestling is doing to support our students here at New Brunswick?
I would say for sure, like coming from a strong wrestling background, I started wrestling since I was in 6th grade. I went all the way up through high school, wanted to do a little bit of college and stuff like that. Unfortunately, pandemic struck and it stopped everything. It stopped everybody's life. But I believe that with the wrestling, what's doing for the students, it's, I feel like wrestling really helps build character. It makes, like if you talk to any wrestler, they always say the hardest thing you ever do in life is wrestling. And I believe for sure, like after doing that, after being how Coach Edwin said, being in their shoes, going through being a student athlete, after I did wrestling, for me, for sure, it helped me like look at everything in a positive way, on like how to like go about like a life or like doing anything. Always put your 100% effort in, do it right. And I feel like that's what wrestling brings for our students. It helps them like stay determined. It helps them stay positive, do the right thing. It builds a lot of discipline. It builds good character. And I don't know what more I could say about the sport. It's just amazing,
I agree. While I don't completely understand, it's Greco-Roman, right? That's the style, or
Greco-Roman would be like Greco-Roman freestyle. That's like the international level.
Okay.
For here, for high school and college, it was called folk style collegiate wrestling.
Okay.
So,
but it's not WW fill in the blank. Okay.
No, it's not that.
That's my only experience with wrestling.
Yeah.
But again, as a public address announcer, I haven't done any matches here, but in other schools I've been at, I've done the announcing for, wrestling matches. And I mean, sometimes it makes me cringe what I see based on how I see the human body contort and bend and fold.
Sure.
So I give the wrestling athlete a lot of credit for what they do to prepare and train and kind of what you have to put yourself through to do that.
And it's hard. Like, I will tell you right now, like, these kids train like nobody else.
Now, the good ones, they make it look easy.
No, they do, but I'm telling you, like, their training is extensive. It's hard. It's not.
Can you talk about that?
Yeah.
For those who are unaware.
Yeah, of course. So they start off like doing strength training, not necessarily with weights, but like the physical stuff that they endure before they even like begin wrestling each other is extensive. It's way more than probably, not to talk down on on the other sports, but it's more extensive than what other sports are doing at the moment. They definitely have to come in there with a determined mindset to want to finish, because if they come in there like with a lazy mindset, they're not going to get through the day. And our practices go long. We stay here until like 7 o'clock at night daily. So if you're not prepared to, be here literally 12-hour days, it's not for you. If you're not ready to be here, have classes all day long, then go to Play It Smart. You have to go to study hall because that is important. We do look at your grades. We take all these different things into account, and then you go into wrestling and it's like, okay, my day just beat me up, but now I have to get into this mindset of I have to be a warrior because I want to be here and I want to finish the day out. So, yeah.
Absolutely. As we think about the coming season, we have our male squad, we have our female squad. Can you, as coaches, speak to what the expectations are for this season? What's the outlook as you're getting ready for your first matches?
I would say, like, approaching every match is always like, like you go all out there, always give it your best. Don't worry about the other team, just worry about like improving. You get me? Like win or lose, it doesn't matter. Like for sure, I always tell the kids if you go out the mat, give it everything you got. Leave it on the mat. You get me? You don't want to walk off having any regrets. You get me? Because that's like the worst.
That's a life lesson right there.
That's for sure. That's what I'm saying. Like and for the like upcoming season, I know we have our opener tomorrow here home at the gym, the wrestling room at 6 p.m. It's it's against who's it against tomorrow? I'm pretty sure Elizabeth.
Newark Collegian.
Newark Collegian. Okay.
The Panthers are coming to town.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
I did my
for sure.
homework.
So we have that, and like just looking at it, it's I would say it's competition for what at the level that we're on for right now. You get me? And it's more of a learning stage. We have a really young squad, I would say, as like both female and boys. They're really young. We have good, stud wrestlers that we still have, but there's always a lot to improve on. You get me? Always more to improve. But I would say, yeah, we look at it like every match we go in, just get business done. You get me? And that's like, don't worry about the rest of the season. Just worry about like tomorrow. You get me? How we're gonna do?
One period, one match at a time.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. We also have a lot of people that are coming back from last year. We only had 2 starters graduate. So for us to have that like build already there of kids who already know kind of what they're doing and just like retouching and refreshing on a couple of things, it makes that easier for them. And then they are a very good example for the rest of the team as well.
Coach Edwin, what do you think at this point, what is the biggest strength of our wrestling team?
The willing to learn, like the willing to be coachable, because at the end of the day, you could be a great athlete, but if you're not coachable, you only can go so far. And personally, I feel like all of our kids are not. We saw it this past weekend when we went out to a scrimmage out in Perth Amboy. We had a quad meet with Perth Amboy, East Brunswick, and Hamilton. And going in, it's one of the first matches I actually get to see the kids, wrestle a different person than the people inside the room, but seeing the hard work pay off and seeing kids win at the very last second on the buzzer because they did not stop working, and it shows the mentality that we're trying to give them. It's that hard working mentality and not to break, not to fold, because at the end of the day, there's no one that's coming to save you. There's actually this one quote that I recently heard from Nathaniel Harris, and he told me that sink your ship because there's no coming back. And what he meant by that is there's no one coming to save you but you. So what we like to do is we like to build that into our student athletes, not just with wrestling, but with life experiences overall.
Absolutely. Coach Harris, very wise man.
Very wise.
As we start to wrap up this conversation, and again, I appreciate you guys being available for this fun Friday and being here on the Zebra Morning Show. I have 2 questions left. First, and I know you said you go like one match, one event at a time. Is there any match or event or tournament that you've got circled on the calendar that you're looking forward to this season? Is there like, who's the rival? Is there a revenge match coming up from last that, we got to do some payback? What's going on?
I kind of feel like we're on our own level. I feel like right now, going into the winter season, everyone, sports are definitely going to be relaxing. Wrestling, you don't stop, You're on the grind 24/7. We have East Brunswick Invitational coming up. But to answer your question, I think all teams in our division should definitely, that's what we have circled up, because at the end of the day, we want that divisional championship. We want to bring that back to New Brunswick, because with the group of athletes that we have, we definitely know that it's very possible. So personally, every single white division opponent that we have, we're going to be on 100%, all gas, no brakes, making sure we're on full go.
That's got to be on a T-shirt. Zebra Wrestling, all gas, no brakes.
I'll make it.
Coach Evan.
I'll make it.
And then my last question is, how can students, the community, parents, staff, how can we best support the wrestling program?
Absolutely by coming out to the matches when we are home, and even if we're away, if it's possible. They can follow us on Instagram at zebra_wrestling. And then, yeah, just tune in. Everything or all the updates and things like that will be posted on our Instagram. All our athletes.
And I'll try and steal those and mention them here on the morning show.
Of course, anytime. So, yeah, every single thing that you will need to be updated on will be on that page. So just tune in.
Awesome. Well, good luck to all of you as coaches this season, and certainly best of luck to our student athletes in the wrestling program.
Thank
you for being here.
Thank you so
Of
much.
course, anytime.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you.
The show is over. Go in peace. Enjoy your weekend, and we'll be back live on Monday morning. Have a good weekend. Wave goodbye, everybody.
Happy Friday.
Thank you for listening to the Zebra Morning Show.
Do us a favor and tell someone else about us. The word of mouth is the best way to help us grow.
Be sure to follow us on social media. We're on Twitter and Instagram as Zebra Podcast Net.
Please consider subscribing and following us. The Zebra Morning Show is live streamed each day, and we're available as a podcast. Go to zebrapodcastnetwork.com/subscribe.
If you want to get involved with the Zebra Podcast Network, see Mr. Nessie.
Have a great day, Zebra Nation. See you later, ladies. Bye-bye.